cut this stuff out in 2024. Wow, I can't believe that this year is already almost over. And at the time of recording this video, it is the eve of Christmas Eve 2024. Yes, it was just January, and here we are now already in the month of December. Now, I know probably throughout the year and probably throughout your life, you picked up bad habits, some things that you wish you didn't do, some things that you know are not healthy for you. And if you think about it, these habits are not beneficial for your well-being. So I want to share 6 bad habits that you want to leave in 2024 and not bring it over to the year 2025, or at least be in the process of thinking how you can make those changes within the year of 2025. So I'm sure that we've all picked up some bad habits throughout the course of our lives, and maybe just picked up some bad habits in the year 2024. I don't know. Oh, only you would know that. But I know that we all have some things that we would rather not be doing, and we know that they're not beneficial. Number 1, procrastination. Procrastination is probably one of the biggest things that gets us in so much trouble, as opposed to us just going ahead and handling those things as they come about. We procrastinate on getting our jobs done. We know we have a deadline. We want to wait till the last minute to get it done. If you're a student, you procrastinate, you don't study, you don't get your homework in time, and then you got to rush to try to get it done right before that deadline. We all know what procrastination is, and we know there are some oftentimes very negative effects of not handling what you need to handle in a timely manner. Procrastination can bring on unneeded stress. Procrastination oftentimes just makes matters way worse than it would have been had you handled it in the beginning. Let's say you have a tiny little leak and you see the little leak, but you don't handle it right away. And months later, you have a huge mess in your basement. When if you had handled that tiny little leak in the very beginning and not have procrastinated, that leak would have been taken care of and it would not have escalated to that point. Let's say you know you needed gas. You looked at your gas hand, but instead of you going ahead and fueling up your car before you travel 20 miles home, you decide, well, I can do it later. And then some emergency comes up and now you're very low on gas and you don't even know if you can make it back to your destination and the gas station in time. So procrastination is a terrible thing. So that would be one of the first things you would want to work on before going into the year of 2025. Number 2, poor money management. That is something everybody can probably identify with. We oftentimes will spend, just at the spur of the moment, you know, you see something, you just feel like I gotta have it. And you're spending money, you're not managing your resources well in your finances. That can be a crucial downfall. You know, you have bills you gotta pay. So that should be at the top of your list to make sure that your bills are taken care of first, to make sure that you're able to handle all of your financial, essential things that you know you have to get taken care of. And then it's okay to spend sometimes. It's okay to splurge every now and then, but you have to have a plan so that you're not just randomly spending money. You see that really beautiful purse, that beautiful bag, and you feel like, I just gotta have it. I just gotta have it. Well, no, you don't have to have it unless you budgeted it within your means for that particular week or for that month, and you have a little extra money to splurge. I think we all need to splurge on ourselves from time to time, but it's very important that you are wise when it comes down to making financial decisions. It's better to wait for things to go on sale, and then you'll be surprised how much money you can save. But just, waiting, giving yourself time to think, well, do I really need this today? Do I just have to have this? And most of the time you will say no. So don't be that impulsive spender. Number 3, time management. There's nothing more important. Well, I won't say that. Of course, your health is. But there's one thing that you can never, ever get back, and that's time. Once something has passed, once that clock has hit that second is constantly ticking away, that those minutes are constantly ticking, you can't get it back, baby. You can't get your time back. That's just the way it is. We always say, if I could turn back the hands of time, but you can't turn back the hands of time. So just do the best with what you got, okay? That's why it's really important when you work on a job or within your career, with anything, you want to be compensated for your time. Time is very valuable. One of the things that we often get caught up in, especially today, is the social media. Who does not like to sit down and get their phones out and scroll them down on these screens, looking at TikTok, YouTube? Hey, listen, we ain't talking about this YouTube because we love YouTube. We're going to keep people coming to YouTube. But that's one of the things where we spend a lot of time at, and you will be surprised how quick time flies when you're scrolling. And before you know it, you've spent a whole hour or 2 hours. People enjoy being entertained or just wanting to be in the know. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out, and you're constantly looking at your updates. You're constantly looking at your screens. You're constantly looking at TikTok. You're constantly looking at the news. You're just constantly on this phone or tablet, and you're just all up in the social media, and that takes up a lot of time. But don't scroll away from this. Keep watching this. Be a manager, be a steward over your time in 2025. This has got to be something you've got to pay better attention to, and that is taking better care of yourself, whether it is physical health or mental health. So many times, especially women, we take care of everybody else. With your husband, your home, you're taking care of your kids, you're taking care of your neighbors, you're taking care of your parents, you're taking care of everybody else except yourself. All these other things, and we neglect ourselves. And let me tell you, there are consequences to not taking better care of yourself. Whether it is the physical aspects of things, whether it's eating healthier, whether it's exercising, whether it is managing your stress, all of those things play a role in physical health, where you need to take better care of yourself at. You need to make sure that you're going to the doctor regular, you're getting your checkups. Oftentimes, it's been so many cases where people just don't go and get themselves regular health checkups, and things come up, and you don't catch things in times. I've had a personal experience with that with a loved one, and it's devastating. It's really devastating. So we have to take care of ourselves, and making sure that you're doing all that you need to do to take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, oftentimes then who will? The thing you need to remember is your body is a machine, and God made us fearfully. He made us wonderfully, but we have to do maintenance on our own bodies to make sure that they're running properly. Make sure we exercise. Yeah, I know it's hard because I don't do it like I should, but I said I'm going to make a mental note that in the year of 2025, I'm going to get better habits with taking care of making sure that I'm exercising, making sure that I change my eating habits. I want to live a long and healthy life. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, there's some things that you need to change, and you want to live a long, healthy life as well. So when it comes down to your mental health, get those people out of your lives that are causing you stress. If you can get that out of your life, stress has caused so many ill effects in your body. Stress hides in all kinds of places. It's in your shoulders. It's in your neck. It's in your chest. It can be everywhere. Stressful situations can really bring you down. And if you can avoid stressful situations, and sometimes you can't, sometimes you just can't, but you gotta figure out a way to manage that stress. Whether it's, like I said, maybe you need to exercise. Maybe you need to have your own little place that you go off to. You need to figure out a way that you can help relieve stress for yourself. Maybe write in a journal. Maybe you just record yourself and vent within the camera, and you look at it for yourself. Maybe you just have a place where it's a calming place where you just, this is what you enjoy doing, and it's stress free. However it is, whatever it is, you've got to figure out a way to manage stress. Stress is a killer. Let me say it again. Stress is a killer. If you don't manage it, it will manage you. Kicking bad habits. If you're a smoker, I know smoking is probably one of the hardest things to kick, but you can do that. If you quit smoking, it says you can add 10 years to your life. Don't let it be too late. Don't keep smoking. Don't keep doing these bad habits. Don't keep overindulging in alcohol. Don't keep living lifestyles where you're at risk of all types of, diseases. Don't do that. Take better care of yourself. Take better care of your mental health. If you've got someone in your life, whether it is a friend or whatever, that they're always negative, every time you come around them, you hear negative stuff. If you can cut them out of your life, cut them out. You will be surprised at how much better you feel when you get these negative people off from around you. So take better care of yourself. Make a mental note to take better care of yourself in the year of 2025. Don't bring that old lifestyle, that bad habit of neglecting yourself over in 2025. Let's stop this in 2024 so we can live healthy and happy lives in 2025. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be so prideful or fearful to not ask for help when you need help. You will be surprised at how many people really think that you have it all together, and you don't. And you're inside, you're crying because, you need help, but you don't know how to ask, or you're afraid to ask. You're afraid of what people are going to say. You're afraid of what people are going to think, because they're looking at the beautiful painted picture on the outside, and they think that you have it all together, and you may not have it all together. So you got to find somebody that you can trust, that you can talk to, or somebody that can help you. And it may not even be something that you need to share that's personal, but it just may be something you need help with. You might need some people to help you take some things off of your plate. Whatever it is, if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help. People will help. There are some really great people, and I'm sure you have people within your circle that'll be more than willing to help you. But you got to ask. You have not because you ask not. So, and last but not least, number 6. I don't know if this in necessarily in any particular order, but I really think that number 6 is something that you've got to learn to do as well. A bad habit is not knowing when to say, no, thank you. No. Don't be afraid to say no. Let me say that again. Don't be afraid to say no. People will drain you. People will suck the life out of you if you don't say no. Another thing they're saying about P. Diddy, you got to tell Diddy no. You just got to tell Diddy no. Well, okay, so maybe there's not a Diddy, but there's some people you just need to say no to. If you know something that you just really don't want to do, or if you think it's going to be something that's going to take you completely out of your zone or completely out of your comfort zone or take you all out of your way to do something for someone else, and they probably won't even really appreciate it anyway, and they're used to just using you because you're so great at saying, okay, I'll do it. I'm oftentimes guilty of that, but we got to learn to say no. You are the most important person in this scenario. You are the common denominator in this. So you have got to say, not today, devil. So these are 6 items that I think that are bad habits that you don't want. Cut those bad habits and start off fresh in 2025. You can do it. See you next time. You can't turn back the hands of times. That's just the way it is.